Hi, welcome back. I'm going to do a quick garden update. We've had a lot of rain over the last few days. We're mid-April here, and we've had some spring showers come through. And I don't know what it is about rainwater, but it makes my plants just grow so much faster. Yeah, so I'll give you a peek. It's beautiful and sunny today, nice and mild. It almost hit freezing last night and got down to 33. So I decided to come down and just check on my plants, and they seem like they're doing okay. So I will show you what's going on. Okay, so I think the last update I filmed and uploaded was from about 2 weeks ago. So here are the cabbages. You know, it's super interesting. These two here, let's see here, let me get my shadow out of the way. Come this way. There you go. It's funny that these two are bigger than the rest. I'm thinking they probably get a little more sunlight than the other ones do. But yeah, those are going to be the cabbages. You can look down in the middle there. I don't think they formed fully yet. My lettuces look good. We'll see if they keep going along. This guy looks like he's just sort of flopped. Not really sure what to do about that, but guess we'll find out, huh? These are the turnips. Interesting to me how, again, a couple of them are bigger than the rest, and I'm not really sure why. They were all planted at the same time, but I guess we'll find out. The peas made it through the rain without falling over too badly, although this middle one, I'm gonna have to figure something out because he fell over again. Let's see. There we go. Just waiting for it to get a little bit longer so I can sort of hook it at the top of the sticks. Anyway, there's the peas. My potatoes have gotten huge over the last couple weeks. Let's see how long they are. I was looking up how to get like the best yield of potatoes, and the person said you should add more dirt as they grow. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to just let them go and see what I get this year. And I may grow potatoes in like a container next year instead, because then you can just add more dirt as they grow. Apparently a lot of people have a ton of success growing them in containers. My little baby broccoli plants are still kicking. They did get a little sunburnt, but they're still there, still alive. And over here, let's see, there's a chard, those are Swiss chard. So they're popping up. These are radishes here. Hopefully they'll do a little better than the ones that are upstairs. I didn't thin the upstairs ones in time, I don't think. So I don't think I'm gonna get very good radishes up there. But out here, they're much more spaced out. So hopefully we'll get some good radishes. And then of course, these are hopefully going to be carrots. Right here. Oh, they're so cute. Little baby Swiss chard. Yeah. So there's the downstairs garden update for you. I don't really have a ton of compost right now. Didn't go grocery shopping in the last few days, so not a lot to bring down, but we can give it a good spin. Yeah. There we go. And hopefully I can add that to my garden in the next few weeks as it rots down. I still hear some solid bumps in there when I spin it, so we'll let it go. Yeah. Well, this is a short and sweet video. Little garden update. Well, I'm seated on my thinking rock, and I'm really pleased with how the garden's coming along. I hope we'll be able to harvest and eat some of the stuff soon, but I guess we just have to wait and see. Spring is definitely full force here in the mountains, and all the plants that I had pulled and weed-eated and everything last year have sprouted right back up. I'm gonna need to get down here in the next few weeks and start breaking things down and getting the green waste filled up and all of that jazz, just for fire prevention. We are gonna get some more rain in the next couple days, which is really cool. It's the latest it's rained in the season in a few years, so I don't know. My new outlook is the later the rain in the season, the better, just to prevent fires. Last year, fire season started super early and went way too late in the year. It was very dry out here in California. We are in drought season, so we have rain coming from like Tuesday through Thursday, I think, and then another one behind that. So we'll be getting rain hopefully to the end of April, maybe even beyond. That would be really great. But because we're getting so much rain, everything is bouncing back into life, and well, currently it's not really a fire hazard. It will be when it all dries out. So timing wise, now is a really good time to come do yard work. I don't have it in me today though, so perhaps I will take you on that journey another time. I just have a little battery powered weed eater and a rake and my hands, so that's usually what I use, especially for the ivy and the brambles, the blackberry bramble. There's not much you can do. You have to pull it by hand and get it up out of the ground. If you leave any of the roots behind, they pop right back up. A good example would be this right here. See that little blackberry bramble right? Let's see, right here and there. Last year, this was completely down to dirt, and not in all of this new growth. Let's see. Look at that beautiful dandelion plant. Oh wow, he's stunning. I'm gonna leave that in for the pollinators. I'm not sure what kind of plant these little guys are, but when they grow, they get these cute little blue flowers, and I love them. Check out this plant. Look at these tiny little white flowers in the leaves. I have no idea what that is. It's beautiful though. And then of course we have all this clover. Again, I have no idea what any of these are, but they're so pretty. There's a whole bunch of them over here. Look at this. Wow. So pretty. Look, it's got like grass coming up, and these. They're the same plant? I'm guessing so. Crazy. What do you suppose this one is? Interesting. Couple of fern varieties. I have that kind on my property, And then this one's a little more feathery. And then if you look down by the creek, you can see these little, whatever these are. Not sure, but beautiful. I'm wearing my flip-flops, otherwise I'd walk down there. Right here is supposed to be a path. There was when we moved in. It was interesting, when we moved in, we had those stairs cleared. Everything else was ivy. I hand pulled all the ivy. And as I uncovered everything, I got all the way across here. It was all ivy, all ivy, all ivy. We have a second staircase. We never knew we owned it. We also couldn't see this boulder. I uncovered that. And this thing is so cool. And check that out. You can see the line of like a different type of rock in there. But yeah, this staircase, we lived here for about 6 years before I discovered it. And I finally did. From pulling all the ivy, but look, it's popping back up. Right here, there. So I gotta get down here again and start pulling it by hand. They said one of the main things to do for fire prevention is to make sure that all of like this dried stuff doesn't get stuck in the underbrush of ivy. Yeah, so they said like it's the dried leaves and stuff that get stuck under the ivy is where like if there was a wildfire, I guess the leaves and stuff, the dried leaves and stuff will get thrown up from the heat of the fire and they'll land and then smolder under the ivy and then eventually catch. So basically, I pulled all the ivy so that there wouldn't be as much dry foliage to catch. However, time to do it again, I guess. But I think this year's gonna be way faster, way easier, because it's not completely coating like a carpet down here. Yeah. It's wild how one big event can change your entire way of thinking. And I've definitely had my fair share of big events over the last 3 years, so I guess that's how we grow and evolve. We no longer have all those little gnats, like the white flies flying around, but we did have, after the last rain, a hatching of mayflies. And I looked up their life cycle, and we had the part of their life cycle, I guess it's the 4th phase. And they have like these little curly bottoms, and then they fly, and it's almost like they're too heavy for their own wings. It's kind of a trip. But anyway, we had the mayflies hatch a few days ago, but now they're nowhere to be seen. Apparently, they only live in that phase for a few days. But it was super fun to watch them go by. What else have I seen? Lots of cabbage moths, but it doesn't look like they found my cabbage, so that's exciting. And yeah, I haven't quite seen the butterflies yet. We do get these big orange butterflies. They're not monarchs. There's something else. Where I work is closer to the coast in Santa Cruz, and we get a ton of monarch butterflies down there. We have an entire milkweed garden, and we get to watch the butterflies lay their eggs and caterpillars and lots of chrysalises. So we're doing our best to support the monarch population down there, but they don't come up to this altitude all that often. So we get other types. Yeah. It's been super fun watching spring come back to life and the birds come through and all of that. Something really crazy happened to us. We have a grove of redwood trees out front of the house, and one dropped a widowmaker and put a hole in our roof. So we have a roofer coming this week to fix and patch our roof. Yeah, I could see daylight from my living room. Very exciting. And then of course it rained, so we had to get up there and put a tarp up, and I brought up a bunch of the rocks from the river, so we've got a bunch of rocks on the roof holding down a tarp, but it seemed to work. We didn't get any leaks over the last rain, and hopefully he'll be able to patch the roof before the next rainstorm comes through on Tuesday. But yeah, that's all the spring happenings. We had some high winds, and we had some, branches fall, and yeah, it means I haven't had to water my garden at all. I'm not going to water it. It's pretty waterlogged at the moment. And then hopefully the rain over the next few days will be light and long enough that they get everything they need. And once it warms up, I guess I'll be back down here watering every week. A little bit rambly, but that's okay. I hope you enjoyed the garden update, and I will see you guys soon.